Hi, I'm Graeme. Thanks for clicking on to this site. This is my second introductory video about my third novel, which is entitled Crystal from the Hills. You can see it here. I'm Graeme Daniels. I'm going to just say a few things about the book today and introduce that I'm going to create a few videos about this work. It's about an accident, a disappearance, a trauma, and a mystery. Above all, it's a mystery novel. I'm a psychotherapist and I write about largely psychological themes. Chronic trauma and episodic trauma are things I introduced in the first video about this novel. This is about a 20-something, ambiguously aged 20-something guy who's sort of playing at being homeless in the streets of Oakland. That's the outset of the story. And he has lost his job, lost his girlfriend, and is hanging out by the side of a freeway, panhandling essentially, in the aftermath of a serious car accident. Actually, the accidents and the traumas here are multiple in nature, and they cut across contexts. They are relating to work, they are relating to sex, they're relating to a lot of things. The accidents and the traumas, those are terms that are used in a sort of euphemistic, sometimes comic way in the story. And there's a lot here that owes to the tradition of surrealist fiction, I think, and certainly psychoanalysis. A lot of what are called beta elements in psychoanalytic tradition. A guy by the name of Wilfred Bion coined the term beta elements to indicate items that have seemingly are fragments but have significant meaning, and they are sort of dotted amid the text of Crystal from the Hills as clues to things that have broader meaning. So look out if you read Crystal for terms like tonnage of metal, towering inferno, birds, animals in general, and nicknames that foreshadow events or are illustrative, perhaps in small comic ways, of things like fragmented identity. So I'm going to read just the first page of Crystal from the Hills to whet the appetite, and hopefully this might draw the reader a little bit. Again, this is an accident, a disappearance, a trauma, and a mystery. Okay, page 1. He's dead, Chris Levitt thought. His friend, the one nicknamed Weed, was dead. Otherwise he was dead, or he wished he was dead. For several days now he'd wished he was dead, even felt dead. No feelings except those along the spectrum of fear. That had been a problem before, Chris noted. When he was younger, a kid, adults would often ask how he felt about things. He figured he should come up with something, feel something like sadness, but he didn't, and that, ironically, felt bad. Emptiness. Now, thinking about what had just happened, reviewing it, shaping it in his mind, staying in his head, he had that bad feeling about not having feelings all over again. Back at the scene of the accident, he felt like a ghost, hovering, hoping Weed would make it out of the river that had swallowed them like a black hole in the earth. In that minute, that hot minute, he'd wondered about many things, discovered many truths, and figured out his life and the lives of several others. Genius congealed in that minute, and then was forgotten. Nothing seemed real, including time. That is, until people started talking to him. First it was strangers, police authorities, asking him if he'd been alone in his truck as it went down. He lied and said he was. It seemed the thing to say at the time. It seemed that he could say anything, make up any story he liked, and just stick with it. This couldn't last, of course. He knew in his head that his story wouldn't hold up over time, but his feelings, both present and not, suggested otherwise. He anticipated the look on Sweet, his other friend's face, should he choose to share with him the terrible news, the whole truth. He pictured Sweet's sweet but dull expression while imagining Weed's parting orders for his friends. By the way, you can't tell anyone that I'm dead. So, first page of Crystal from the Hills. Hope that captures your interest. They're only words, of course. I don't know if that's going to mean anything to listeners or viewers of this video. Perhaps you'll judge whether or not to take a look at this thing based upon how I sound or how I look. Who knows? But either way, I hope this does capture interest. It's called Crystal from the Hills. I'm Graeme Daniels, a psychotherapist and novelist. Amazon.com or createspace.com. Check it out. Thanks a lot. Bye.